So I look at books and I look for checkerboard in my books. And here is a book by Angelique Monet, and it's called The Bravest Warrior. And she lives in Georgia somewhere, or she did when she wrote the book. And it's autographed. It's not the first one I've bought from this author, but inside there is the same picture, and there is no checkerboard, but the black and white stripes with a little bit of red that is very, very French is in here. And I'm trying to get to the thing that kind of scares me. Bearing the courage to climb to the tippy top of the highest of highs, arms wide open, leaping forward, I am ready to fly. Well, that's wonderful if you're a little bit afraid of heights or a lot afraid of heights, and you decide that you're not going to hurt yourself by taking risks that you shouldn't, like getting this close to the edge. I wouldn't get that close to the edge. I'd be over here, maybe in the middle, 15 feet or something away from the edge, and you could still see the sunrise. So this is a wonderful book, and I love it because of the color of it and the idea that if you worry and you plan things right, then it actually helps accomplish things in life. It's wonderful. And my bookmarkers are made from a napkin from Mackenzie-Childs. I didn't separate them. They've got a little bit more depth to them, or strength to them, and with strength to them because there are 3 pieces of paper, not just one. And if you're going to use them as bookmarkers, that's perfect. And yes, I do put Buddy System on lots and lots of things, like my laptop and my phone and my car, and things that I can think about that remind me and maybe help other people too to use Buddy System. Now, Mary Engelbreit uses quite a lot of black and white. I would love it if she started using blue and white, like Mackenzie-Childs or Chinoiserie, or anything that is blue and white, because that is my favorite. And one of the things I like about it is that it's a coloring book. So if you wanted to, you could make this blue and white. There are places where she doesn't have the black already colored in. That's what I like about it. I'm gonna probably color that one. I've never colored it. I always keep these things as like a gift for people. In case a birthday or surprise comes up and I don't have a gift, I can just go and pick out a book. So first of all, let me tell you, this is Donna Dewberry's one-stroke painting course, and I did get it at a thrift store. It may be out of print, but it's definitely worth money because the pages are so clear. I took a high school class in painting, and my teacher taught toile painting, T-O-I-L-E painting, and you shade with your brush. You have white or you have black with a color, and you shade, and you have different hues that are very interesting, but you don't do it with several strokes. You do it with one, and you do it with different kinds of strokes, not just one stroke. So anyway, she has directions on how to make a trellis, which is a checkerboard, and that's the only one I found in this book. But you could use this trellis with everything else that she's got. You could put it on your mailbox. You could put it on any of the things that she teaches in this book. And, you know, she teaches to embellish things in your house and outside your house. So that's wonderful. Then The Night Before Christmas, illustrated by Mary Engelbreit. And so I looked through here, and the prettiest checkerboard that I found was this page. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. No, not this man. He's talking about Santa Claus on the other page. This man right here is wearing something that has been embellished with a checkerboard pattern. And I could do that with everything that I have. I've got checkerboard fabric, and I could put that on every dress, every shirt, every poncho, every scarf, everything that I have, I could embellish with checkerboard. I just haven't. So that's an idea. And of course, I would use the blue and white as soon as I get the fabric. So here's the Enchanted gardening book. And I found one page with something that is checkerboard. Now it's not white and it's not blue. It's blue and green maybe. But anything that you can use to play checkers with, anything that's like a gingham is like a checkerboard, because you can play checkers with that. And so this is the only thing in the entire book that I found that was checkerboard, close to checkerboard, because it's gingham. And this is called the Enchanted gardening book, and it's by Alice Herck, and it's illustrated by Linda Dockey Graves. And the thing is if you were to look them up, you might be able to find this book, but you might be able to find other collaborations that they did or other things that they did, and you might really enjoy it. Now here is an artist who is someone that I watch on YouTube, Jeri Landers, and she's written and illustrated The Journeys of Bushy Bottom. And I looked through the book, and what did I find? I found a lot of illustrations that were just beautiful. And the last page is what I'm going to show, because usually it's the frontispiece that people say this book belongs to. But one of the things that Jeri Landers does that I just absolutely adore is her cutouts. She cuts out beautiful, beautiful things. And things like trees and things like animals and houses and just everything that is old-fashioned and beautiful. And when you're not wearing glasses, that looks like checkerboard, but it's not. It's a quilting pattern. And quilting patterns really do use a lot of checkerboard. And inside is like a butterfly, but it makes a square. So you could use it as a checkerboard, even though it is in a circle or a cross. It just depends on how you look at it. All right, so she doesn't have as much checkerboard as some people do. Now, in this whole book, Daphnes Diary, and this is from, I guess, earlier this year, I only found one thing that could possibly be a checkerboard, and that is this gingham right here. And she makes, she has ideas on how to make a coaster, and there's a possibility that you could hand sew this very easily and hand quilt it. So you can also do it by machine, and that would take very little time. But I have known people who used paper as the inside material and flannel as the inside material. And it makes sense to use flannel because then your cup is resting on something flat. It's not resting on something that is bunched up. And so anyway, this is a journal or a magazine, and it's extremely creative. And anytime you draw or paint or embellish anything that she creates in paper or fabric, you can always add the checkerboard, whether it's white and black or blue and black or beige and cream, different colors of beige, green and white. There are so many combinations to make with checkerboard, and it's so pretty. So anyway, I just thought I'd share something about Daphnes Diary, and I don't know who Daphne is. I don't know if her last name is, very easy to find, or I've never, found out very much about who she is or what she does. But anyway, I thought I would share this because it does have one craft in it that can be used for checkerboard.